Hey everybody, welcome to Off the Shelf Board Game Reviews. This week we've been looking at 2 Minute Dino Deal. Now 2 Minute Dino Deal is a real-time game for 2 to 5 players, and in this video I'm going to show you actually how to play the game itself right after the break. But if you just want to see a quick overview of the game, actually see some sample gameplay, or like I like to call it controlled chaos, or actually see my review of the game, check out the other videos in the series. I'll put a link up in the card or in the show notes down below. Stick around after break if you just want to learn how to play the game. Minute Dino Deal is a real-time action game where players are going to be using their action tokens to capture dinosaurs, trade dinosaurs, eventually sell the dinosaurs, and your goal is to play this game either over one round, not the way I prefer the game, or play it over multiple rounds, and whoever has the most money after multiple rounds, I like 3 or 5, is going to be the grand winner of the game. Now, since this is a real-time game, you are required to have an application that can be a stopwatch. Basically means you can get a sand timer, looks extra fancy, or you can just use everything that somebody, or use what all the rest of us just use. Either use your smartphone or your tablet for a real-time timer, because like I said, this game is played over real time. Now the start of the game, for setup, every single player needs to get 16 action markers. They're numbered from 1 to 4. You should have 4 of every one of them. 4 1s, 4 2s, 4 3s, and 4 4s. And then we need to shuffle up every one of these individual decks. We have the capture deck, we have the trade deck, and then finally we have the sale deck. And we're going to lay out a certain amount of these cards based on the number of players in the game. So they're going to be 5 cards for a 2-player game, 6 cards for a 3-player game. A 4-player game is going to be 8 cards, and finally if we play a 5-player game, it's going to be 9 total cards. And again, it's 9 or 8 or 6 or 5 of every single stack depending on the number of players. Now let's go ahead and throw these out there really quick, because it's boring watching me lay out cards at real time. Now the game of 2 Minute Dino Deal is going to be played out over rounds. Usually agree to how many rounds you're going to play before you start playing. Again, my magic number is 3 or 5, just because that's how I like to play. Because we usually play this game with 3 players, and those seem to be magic numbers just for us. But the basic idea of the game is the game is being played out at real time, and you're going to have a stopwatch going. And during the time as you're playing the game, players are going to be playing out their action tokens, and the action token they play on the card they play allows them to gain control of that card, and it's basically first come, first serve. Whoever takes the card first is the one who's going to get to take that action after their timer is done after the 2 minutes. Now the trick of it is, since this is played at real time, if you play your action token out and another player plays their action token out at the exact same time, or within a couple seconds of each other, if you guys keep arguing who managed to get their token there first, the timer is going to keep on playing for the rest of the players who are going to keep playing the game. We're never, ever going to pause that timer until 2 minutes are up. So if we have 2 players arguing over a card, guess what? Both of you have lost that card while everybody gets to keep going. So either find a solution, or you're both losing access to the card. Now the reason why this game is played at a real-time pace is this is the actual fun part of the game. Because as you start the timer, for the first 30 seconds of the game, every single player is only allowed to play their 1 action token, which means they can use that card 1 time. Once we break this 30-second barrier, everybody can use their 1 or their 2 action tokens, and trust me, you want to start using your 2 action tokens at that point. Once we break the 1-minute barrier, we can start using our 3 action tokens. And once we break the 1.5-minute barrier, we can start using our 4 action tokens. Now there's 2 caveats to the rules of the game. On every single round, you can only play a total of 4 of your tokens. And again, this is played over at real time. So while it may seem like a really cool idea to sit back and wait for the 1.5-minute timer, so you can use your 4 action tokens and actually use all 4 of them, which means every single card you place a token on means you can use that card exactly 4 times. That may sound great and wonderful, but it's played at real time. First come, first serve. So if somebody decides to take a card away from you because they played it there first, guess what? You don't go to access that card, and somebody's beating you to the punch. The secondary trick to all this, again, is every single card is first come, first serve, and everybody's going to be racing at that real-time berry. So you need to be watching the other players. And you may see a player sitting there hovering with a number 3 like this. And as soon as you see somebody doing that, that's always a great time to go ahead and beat them with a number 2. But the basic idea of the game is you are going to do all 4 of your action tokens. Then once the 2-minute timer is up, we're going to go ahead and resolve every one of our action tokens. And depending on whatever actions you decide to place down is how many times you get to use that specific card. Now you don't have to use it that many times, but that's the maximum amount you want to do it. So for example, when it comes to the trading cards, you may not want to trade 4 times, but you want to use as many times as the action token allows you to do so. And when it comes to selling, obviously you want to sell as many times as you can, because the more times you use that sell card, the more money you're going to make. And the grand objective of this game, at your decided amount of rounds, is whoever has the most money is going to be the grand winner of the game. So, after the 2-minute timer is up, all we are going to do is we're simply going to resolve every one of these cards. And I'll go ahead and do a quick playing of the game off camera, because I'm not going to do the utter chaos of being 3 players, because I only have 2 arms. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. So let's say after a 2-minute timer, this is what the player board happens to look like for all of our players. Let's go ahead and resolve these one at a time. We'll go ahead and do red, and then we'll do blue, and then we'll do the gray or black, whatever you want to call it. And we'll resolve these from left to right, and you can see basically how one round would play out once we've gone through the chaos of doing this real-time auctioning and worker placement. So starting with the red player, we'd see the red player get to use this card 2 times. So that means they get 4 of the pterodactyls. They would get 4 of the pterodactyls. And then this card would be removed, because once a card has been used, it's removed from the game. And let's put it in a little discard pile, because we may need to shuffle these up a little bit later. They will see that they will get 1 Diplodocus. I can talk today, I swear I can. And then finally, we will use this card 2 times, which allows us to get 4 more of the Diplodocus. So once we've gotten all those cards resolved, we will take it and go ahead and look at the next section. We are not doing any trading with this player. So now let's go ahead and take care of the cards that we actually have. So we can use this card 2 times, which means that we can sell 4 of the Diplodocus, and we will go ahead and make $6. And that'll be our total sales for the end of that round. And then we'd have 4 of these dinosaurs to save for a future round. Again, we're going to play multiple rounds for this game. Next up, we'll go ahead and resolve the blue player. The blue player will start right here. We will get 3 of the Triceratops. We will get 3 of the pterodons or Diplodocus. I swear I know my dinosaurs. I really do. Don't make fun of me. I do know them. And then this card will be removed, and we'll get our action token back. And then we will get 4 Triceratops. And we will also get 4 T-Rexes, because that's the dinosaur everybody knows as T-Rex. And then we'll get our action token back, and then we are going to decide that we are going to do a little bit of trading. So this card will be used, and we get to use this card 2 times. So we will take 2 of our Triceratops, plus 2 more of our Triceratops, which will give us a total of 2 trades, and that'll give us 2 of the Diplodocus. And then we will come over here, and then we can use this card 4 times, which means we will sell 4 of our Diplodocus, leave us 1 left. That action token is taken care of, and that will allow us to make $8. And that'll be it for player number 2. And then finally, we will go to player number 3. Player number 3 will start over here. We will get 4 T-Rexes. We will trade in the T-Rexes. We can do 3 trades, so we will take 3 T-Rexes and we will trade them in, and that will allow us to get 6 of the Triceratops. This card will be taken care of, and then we can come over here and we can sell 1 T-Rex for $3, and then we can come over here and we can sell 4 of our Triceratopses, and that will allow us to make $8. And I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible, because nothing's more fun than watching somebody do something very, very slow on camera. Once that's done, that is 1 single round done, and the next thing we will do is everybody gets back their action tokens, and then we will start another round by laying out more cards for all the players auction for the next round. And again, we're simply going to keep doing this for the amount of rounds we decided at the start of the game. Any dinosaurs you keep at the end of the final round aren't worth anything, but the amount of money you have at the end of the game is going to be added up. Whoever has the most money at the end after the final round is going to be the grand winner of the game. This has been a quick tutorial for how to play 2-Minute Dino Deal. Now the comedy of all this is this tutorial video is probably going to run longer than it actually takes to play the game. But if you have any comments or questions, make sure you leave them down in the YouTube comments down below. I'll definitely be sure to answer them as quickly as I can. You can also feel free to email me at off-the-shelf board game reviews. That's otsbgr@gmail.com. I'll be sure to answer your questions as quickly as I can. If you enjoy this channel and you want to help keep the channel around, think about supporting the channel over on Patreon. That's patreon.com/otsbgr. This channel is 100% sponsor free, so your support can help keep the lights on. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this video series, click that like button, click that subscribe button, and as always, thanks for watching.